TV.
Hello Medfield, welcome to the newest edition of Happenings at the Senior Center there. My guest today is Roberta Lynch, who I think probably all of you are familiar with. She's going to tell us what's going on currently, what's new, and anything that could be influence the future of the center in Medfield. So Roberta, tell us what's going on.
Well, good to be here again. We're going to talk about what's coming up in October. Where did the summer go? It just like flew right by, I think, you know. One of the things I wanted to say is on September 5th, the selectmen appointed a new board member for the Council on Aging, and his name is Rich Ryder, and he's been in Medfield for 23 years, and actually it's been about a year and a half he and his wife have become more involved with the Council on Aging. They started out with Meals on Wheels and then participating in our activities, and Rich has a real sincere interest in the Council on Aging, and so we're happy to have him on board, and we welcome him. And Ann and I were just talking that maybe next month when we do this, maybe have Rich come on and let him talk about the Council on Aging and how he sees it and the center and the activities and so forth. So I think that's a possibility. Because
as a new member, he'll have a different perspective than you and I would have.
Absolutely.
And I think it'd be important, be good.
Absolutely, great. That's good. So we have quite a few things lined up for October. And I'm going to open up the calendar just because so I can go in order. But we have on Monday, October 2nd, the first thing we have is a presentation on the MIND diet. And there's a lot of research out there about what you eat can affect your memory. And so berries and fruit and leafy green vegetables and foods and fish are very important for brain health. So we have Amy from J&M Home Health Care will be coming in, and she will be bringing in a guest speaker to talk about the MIND diet and actually sample some of the foods that are suggested for this diet. So that'll be an interesting presentation, and
that's a good one.
Yeah, and everybody's welcome to attend. Just let us know if you're interested by signing up on the clipboards, and then we can have enough chairs out for everyone. And always, the first Tuesday of the month, if anyone's interested, as you probably know, we have the Natick VNA, Jean Sniffen, the public health nurse from Medfield. She comes in the first Tuesday of every month at about 11:15, and she's there to take your blood pressure, answer any questions you have regarding your health and wellness. And she's a great nurse and very funny, and very knowledgeable. So she puts everybody at ease. So
will she be providing flu shots at some point?
She does not provide flu shots. We just had the 25th, couple days, was that Monday? We just had a flu clinic at the center.
Oh, I missed that.
Yep.
I can't read the bulletin.
The next one is October 16th. It's a Monday from 12 to 2.
Okay, and that's flu shots.
Flu shots, yep. And actually, yeah, for the past few years, CVS comes in and does our flu clinics at the center. So Jean will go, if somebody is homebound, she will go and administer the flu vaccine to folks at home. So you just need to call the Board of Health and let them know about that. Let me just see, one of the things, Maggie Joseph, she's a Medfield resident. She's been quite involved with the Council on Aging, and she has done several literary classes. But she is going to restart our Page Turners book group. And Ann Chancarelli, who was on the board many years ago at the FAF Center and passed away, I don't know, in 2016, 17,
good friend of mine.
A year ago. Yeah, wonderful woman. She started the Page Turners way back when I started in 2001 in the FAF Center, and she also started the library. So I remember ordering a bookshelf from W.B. Mason, and we put it in. If you walk in the seniors room in the FAF Center, you walk in right to the left, that back wall, that back corner. She had a bookshelf, and she put all her books there to start the library. But she started the page turners way back in the day. So Maggie's going to resurrect that. And the first meeting is going to be on the 16th at 10 a.m. And so if you're interested in joining a book group, that meets monthly, and Maggie will be working with whoever is interested of picking out their first book, their first read, and then meet on a monthly basis to discuss the book. And book clubs are really fun. I was in one for many, many years. And it's fun, and it's a nice social experience, and it's also good because you're encouraged to read more, which is also good for the brain. On October 14th is a Saturday, so I invite the community members out there to join us for our dance. It's 7 to 10 on Saturday evening, October 14th, and dances are fun, and dancing is really good for you. It's good exercise, and it's good for the brain. There's a lot of research out there when you talk about dancing, learning ballroom dancing, line dancing. It's very good for you in many ways. So that dance is open to the community, and would love to have a large group there. So I hope that people will buy their tickets. They're $10 a piece, and Fosse's always great, serving beer and wine and soft drinks and a few little munchies, and it's just a nice time. Very relaxing.
A nice time, sure.
Yeah. Yep. Do you want to add anything, Anne? I feel like I'm just...
I will interrupt when I feel ready.
Oh, when you feel ready. Okay, very good. Couple of things also coming up. On Thursday, October 5th, we are having the Elder Dental program come in, a morning of oral health. And the Elder Dental program manager and a dental hygienist will be at the center. They will be providing free fluoride varnish treatments, professional denture cleanings, and oral cancer screenings. And this will be in our health room at the center. It's a first come, first served basis. I do have a sign up sheet if you want to get your name down there so we can get you in there sooner so you don't have to wait. But it's really an opportunity to go in and have some oral health and talk about what you can do to have better oral health. So I think it's a great thing to offer. I hope that people take advantage of it.
I hope they do too, and that's a new idea. I think it's a great idea.
New idea, and there's no cost for this, and you can learn about, depending upon for low-income seniors, 60 and over, they have other programs or care rather that you can benefit from, and it's on a sliding scale. But why not come in and have your teeth treated and be screened for something that could be devastating? So that is from 9:30 to 1, and that is on Thursday, October 5th. The other thing we have is Medicare open enrollment begins on October 15th. And it goes through December 7th. And this is the time when you're on Medicare, especially your prescription drug plan, that you can make a change. If you've added new medications during the year and you need a new plan, this is the time where you can make that change. And we have, after our supper club on October 11th, we have Melinda Morali coming out. She is the new director of the SHINE program at HESCO, and she's going to come out and talk about the SHINE program. She's going to talk about open enrollment and the changes that you can make, and I think it'll be very informative. I mean, I'm not there yet on Medicare. I know that in a few years I'm going to be meeting with the SHINE counselor to help figure out what's the best.
That's a big step.
What's the best option? And a lot of people do come in and meet with the SHINE counselors. Unfortunately, because of our space and the way the center's busy on many days, actually all 5 of them, as we talked about in the car, SHINE no longer is housed at the center, which is a problem in many ways, but it's up at Town Hall on the ground floor, so there's parking and it's easy access for people to go in and get their counseling through SHINE. So if you are turning 65, 3 months before your 65th birthday, 3 months after, you have questions about Medicare and signing up, call HESCO 781-784-4944. ask for Shine, and they will set you up with an appointment with our Shine counselor. So that's good. Yep. We have a lot of people who come into the center who like to play cards. We have a lot of card games. We have, well, you play the bridge on Thursdays.
Yep.
You play duplicate bridge on Tuesdays, right?
I do.
Yep. We have whist on Wednesdays. We have a game called Scat and Hand and Foot that's played on Fridays. And now we're starting another card game on Fridays in the small classroom, Canasta. And
Oh God, I haven't played that in years.
oh, well, listen.
When I was a teenager, that's one of the things we played.
Oh, interesting. So Phyllis Fitzpatrick, she's more of a newcomer to Medfield, and she loves Canasta, and she thought that maybe she'd like to start a Canasta group. So they're going to be playing on Fridays from 11 to 1. So if anyone is interested in learning Canasta, playing Canasta, being part of it, just come on in on October 6th. Phyllis will be there, and we'll start that card game up also.
Okay.
So that's good. We can always talk about our exercise classes for people. You know, we have 12 exercise classes a day, Monday through Friday. We also have the connection with the Kingsbury Club, which I'm very grateful for, and people love. The senior swim on Mondays and Fridays from 10 to 11. That's a great program.
It is a great idea.
People absolutely love it, and they're very thankful. So when they come up and thank me for it, I say, well, make sure you go back to the Kingsbury Club and thank them, because it's just a great opportunity for people. And the thing is, they only, you know, it's Mondays and Fridays, a drop-in situation. If you swim, it's $5. If you can't make it that day, no cost. So it's great. Very much like our exercise programs. If you're there, great. If you're not there, that's okay too.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's very good that way. We have a big you know, we were talking about the library, their 100th year coming up this Sunday.
Yep.
And I think we have a big thing at the center. January 6th will be 10 years in the building. Yep. So we have a meeting the first Wednesday in October at 9:30 for people interested in helping plan some type of a celebration in recognition of the anniversary of the building for 10 years. So if you're interested in that, please come in and join us on that. I think it's October 4th at 9:30.
I've been meaning to remind my daughter-in-law about it. She was chairman of the committee.
Yes.
And they built the senior
Right.
center. They
Right.
built the center, and I keep forgetting to tell her about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I have the original handout that we gave out to people 10 years ago. I have that and the postcard that we sent out to people inviting them to the opening of the building. I have that on my bulletin board, so I have all the names listed, so it would be interesting to see.
Because my son John was transferred to Chicago, and she, of course, transferred her job too.
Yep.
And they loved Chicago, but she was very concerned that she couldn't see the center going up. So I used to go take pictures, and I send them out to her on the internet, and she was really grateful.
Right. So we have a lot of videos, you know, filming of the center with Jack Peterson. And there's one with, you know, Mr. Fellini and myself going around when the building's just in studs and everything. So it would be fun to kind of look at those again in some ways. So a few things in the future, just for people's calendars. We are having a Chico's fashion show on Thursday, November 2nd at 4 p.m. It's $5 for the fashion show, and we've had a few of them there at the center, and the ladies, mostly the ladies, really love them, you know, so that's on the books. The Lions Club Annual Chowder Fest is going to be Saturday, November 4th from 11 to 2, and the 35th Annual Tri-Club Senior Citizen Christmas Party is Sunday, December 10th at 12 noon. So we have some things planned for the future. We talked about, Ann and I are both members of the Senior Housing Study Committee, and our chairman, Tony Santori, will be giving a presentation on the findings of the committee's work over the past year on Thursday, October 26th at 4 p.m., and that's open to the public, and hope everyone, you know, if you're interested, please come in and listen and tell us what you think. And then we have Dave Oppenheim, who's a volunteer in the kitchen and also has volunteered often for cooking demonstrations. He used to do demonstrations up at Brothers Market, and he still does them for us at the center. And he'll be here on Monday, October 30th at 1:30 for side dishes for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, Christmas. So that'll be interesting. And the best part about the cooking demo is you get to taste everything. So it's really quite wonderful.
That is fun.
Yeah. And let me say that we do have we had to cancel the Foxwoods Trip on last week because, was it last week? The 25th.
Not enough people, or?
No, because of the hurricane. The tour company canceled it. We didn't cancel it. Yeah, and it really wasn't that bad, as I recall. But anyhow, that one's been rescheduled for Wednesday, October 25th. Bus leaves at 8:45, and it's $26 for the day. It's great because you get the buffet coupon down there. If you've ever been to Foxwoods, you know the big buffet, grand buffet there, and you get some free slot play if you're into that. And it's just a nice economical day to get out of Medfield and do something different.
I've never been there.
You never been there?
No, I'm too cheap to gamble, I think.
Yeah, I like to people watch.
I like to watch, but I'm too cheap to gamble, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But, that's pretty much for, oh, I forgot one thing, which is two things, actually. Dr. Gary Highlander has been with us several times recently, and he's coming back on Thursday, October 19th at 9 in the morning. And he's going to give a presentation in the history of the Salem witch trials, which I thought is just perfect before, Halloween to talk about the Salem witch trials. Yeah, so that'll be a coffee and muffin morning. Yeah. And so that one, though, however, you really have to sign up for that. I cannot have drop-ins because we get a big turnout with him, and I need to know how many muffins and how much coffee and all that, so that's important that people pre-register for that.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I read every book ever written about the Salem witch trials. I loved it. I don't know why. I grew up in Philadelphia. Why? It appealed to me so much. Yeah. So when we were transferred and moved up here, I said the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to go to Salem. And we did. Yeah. We did. Yeah, we've had a couple of trips up there over the years. But and Halloween's always fun. And on Halloween, we have Patrick Durkin coming in too. He has like fingers on the keyboard like no tomorrow. They are just fabulous. So he's coming in to play us some music after lunch. So that's great. Add a little something to Halloween. Maybe we can get some little costumed people, like Map or somebody, to come by and do a parade through the building. We'll work on that. That's always fun. And then, of course, 2017 is coming to an end. Are you sure? Soon. The way it's going, it feels like it'll be tomorrow. 3 months, yep. Yep. But we've done it a couple of years now, and it really is a lot of fun. We do New Year's at noon in Boston on the Odyssey. And New Year's Eve is December 31st, which is a Sunday this year. And so that Sunday we will be getting on a bus at the center at about 9:30, going into Boston. Very festive, and have a wonderful lunch on the Odyssey and ring in New Year's at noon. Get home here about 4 o'clock, and we can then just spend the rest of the evening quiet in our homes. Absolutely. It's wonderful. With a little bottle of wine. There you go. Yeah, so that's what's happening in October. There's a lot going on. I will tell you, and upfront and honest, that November is going to be a very quiet month, except for the first week, because Susan is going to Kentucky to visit her grandchild. Bill's going on a cruise. Roberta's going to Virginia. So it's going to be a busy month for staff. So who's going to run the place? Well, Ann, I think that I might have you do that. You going to pay me? I'll have to check with Town Hall. No, there'll be one of us there at... Work it out so there'll always be at least one staff person? One of us, yeah, and volunteers and so forth. So it'll be fine. So get your fill of us in October, because November will be, just all our regular programs, except for the first week. Yeah, are you making any steps to filling that empty position from Charlotte?
Absolutely, yep. The outreach position has been posted, and we have 5 great resumes that are in, and I know Town Hall will be working on scheduling interviews and definitely make that happen.
I wish her luck. You know I do. I think it's a good move for her to go to a bigger town, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we'll miss her. Everybody will miss her.
Yeah.
Because she ran that low vision group and she was terrific for it.
Well, the low vision group is continuing. In fact, the second Tuesday of October, we're combining our low vision and our low hearing. And we have, oh my goodness, hold on a second, I have to cheat. And we're having the state 911 department is coming in to talk about tools that are available for people with low vision and low hearing. So that'll be another, informational meeting with product that is that people with low vision and low hearing can use to help communicate with others. So I think it'll be an interesting talk. So,
I hope so.
Yeah. Yep. And our, so those 2 support groups are ongoing. Our caregiver support group is ongoing. So everything is just, it's just on schedule to run well. It's like a well-oiled machine, that senior center.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
Hope the oil doesn't, I don't want the oil to run out though.
I don't think it will. Not for a while.
You got a whole big gallon of it, right?
Yep. We sure do. And if anybody's interested, we last 2 years we've done the gallon of sand program, talking about gallons of oil, gallons of sand to keep in your car in case you hit a icy spot. So we'll be having those beginning in November.
That's good. That is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bill will be coming back to work pretty soon after his shoulder surgery?
Bill will be coming back soon. I hope soon.
I hope so. I think everybody
soon.
does.
Yeah.
People really miss him.
Yep. He's missed, and but we just want him to come back fully recovered, fully healed, so that because if anyone knows Bill, they know he's like that Energizer bunny. He doesn't stop, and so we want him to come back so he's at his full capacity.
Yeah, I think everybody wants him back.
Yeah, yeah. So it's all good there. It's all good at the center. Come and join us. You don't have to. You don't have to be. You can be 50 and 49. Come in, take an exercise class, see what it's like. And one of the things I'm working on is looking to start some evening programs at the center, different programs in 2018, and so we'll see how that goes. Maybe some evening exercise programs for people who might work during the day and want to come out in the evening, and always keeping it our very economical rate of $5 a class, which I think is really helpful for folks.
Would there be rides available?
So
that'd be the trouble. Yeah.
So right now for the evening, not at this point. I do have a concept paper that I think I'm going to send to Metro West Health Foundation. See if I can get some funding to open the building up with staff on the weekends or a weekend.
That's been my dream, as you know.
I know it has, and so they, the Metro West Health Foundation, one of their focuses is social isolation, people being at home and being homebound and not being able to get out. And we've talked about the weekends. And last year, was it last year or the year before, we tried a few Saturdays, but didn't have transportation. Yeah. We got some people, some people in, but the transportation is huge. I get that. I get that. So I'm going to send this concept paper. I don't know whether or not they'll buy it because anyhow, it's funding to open up and see how it goes for a year. See if I can bring numbers in and then be able to go to the town and say, look, this was very successful. The town needs to fund this for people. So that would be my plan on that.
This would open the door a bit. So maybe it wouldn't be this year, it might be the year after that, it might be 2 years after that, but it would begin the idea, I think.
Begin the idea, but the problem with the writing the grant is they want to see that it's going to be sustainable. They don't want to give, potentially $40,000, and that's what the grant is for, to run a program and then there's no support, and then it just falls off. They funded our respite program, and that became self-sustaining, and now it's now it could go 5 days if we had the space. We've talked about that over and over, but we don't have the space. We can't do it. So the grantee wants to, the grantor wants to make sure that if they fund this, that it's going to keep going, that it's just not going to die off into the, you know. So I'd have to supply some solid numbers and statistics and feedback to the town and say, we need this, you know, this is vital to our seniors. And as we talked in the car, the senior population in Medfield as of like January of this year is 2,718 people 60 and over, which is up from like 1,800 when we opened up the building. So big explosion in the population, big need for services for seniors. So anyhow.
And that's true across the country, we found.
Right, exactly.
Everywhere.
Exactly.
We are getting older, we're living longer, we're getting
older
and having fewer kids. Makes a big difference in how the demographics work.
Right. So anyhow, that's on my desk right now. So.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's it for now.
Okay, we'll see what you can come up with next month.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Roberta.
You're welcome.
And thank you out there at home for listening. And if you have any questions, you can reach Roberta at the center, 359-3665. And she's button number 4, but they'll tell you right on the phone what button to press to get to the directory. So thanks very much for watching Medfield TV, and I hope you'll watch the next time.
You're watching Medfield TV, community shows.